This is The Big Question with Dr. Ellie Gonzalez, brought to you by Good News Unlimited, tackling the big questions in a simple and positive way.
The big question is heaven real? Before you even try to answer this question, you have to be on board with a whole bunch of assumptions. You have to remember that science deals in facts and observations. Science can tell us about what happens in the physical world where we live, but it can't tell us anything about what happens after death. It can tell us about our bodies, but nothing about things like our minds or our souls. For understanding these things, we need to explore them in a different way. So let's assume that we agree that God exists and that He is a good God. Because this is the kind of God that the Bible describes, a God who created people for the purpose of loving community. Basically, He wanted to enjoy our company and He wanted for us to enjoy His. But His original plan got all stuffed up, and as a result, people die. But God came into the world in the person of Jesus. Through Him, He made a way for us to be reunited with God and enjoy eternal life. And heaven is what we call the place where we will spend that eternal life with God. If you've accepted God's gift of eternal life, the end of your life on earth isn't the end. Heaven and eternity await. So yes, I believe that heaven is real. But I can't really know anything about where heaven is and how it is made up. It's literally out of this world. When the Bible talks about heaven being a spiritual place, it's not what we commonly think it means. It doesn't mean that in heaven we'll all be like see-through ghosts floating around from cloud to cloud, playing on our harps. If that were the reality of heaven, I wouldn't blame anyone for not wanting to go. The Bible describes heaven as a real and solid place, filled with real and happy people with proper bodies and engaged in real and purposeful activities. When the Bible talks about spiritual, it just means that heaven belongs to another reality, another dimension if you like, that it's not accessible through our present senses and in our present bodies. Like, we're probably not even talking about carbon-based life forms. So when we're talking about whether heaven exists or not, for me it's not really about astrophysics or scientific or eyewitness evidence or that kind of thing. It's about believing that God is a good God and that He has a purpose for your life beyond your time here on earth. Because if that's true, then as I see it, then yes, certainly heaven is real. But that's ultimately not the issue. The real big question here is whether you'll be there. If so, look me up when you get there, and we'll have a chat about whether heaven is real or not.
For more, contact goodnewsunlimited.com.